Hi there, Rabbi.
Hey, Joe.
No, we haven't jumped the shark, ladies and gentlemen. We just had a topic come up. I recently had to explain to someone who was concerned about the rise in shark attacks on their way to the beach that the most dangerous thing that they could possibly do in their lives, they were going to do right away, which was to get in a car to drive to the beach. Driving in cars is one of the most dangerous things that you can do in today's society, and we do it every day. But what is it, Rabbi, about the thing that we're afraid of? Whether it's shark attacks or tornadoes or global warming or who killed Kenny. 1 minute we're terrified about it, and the next minute we forget about it and we're terrified about something else.
Yeah, I think there's the boy who cried wolf syndrome going on here. We're inundated with catastrophe, the end of the world, and it hits the media and it's all over the place. Remember when Y2K, the world was going to end as we know it. Do you remember acid rain? The planet cannot survive, and the hole in the ozone. And those are the ones that come quickly to mind that we're all panicked about. And now it's the global warming. Now it's the icebergs are melting. And now it's the oceans are dying. And I'm reminded of Henny Penny and Chicken Licken about the sky is falling. And I'm also reminded about the little boy that called wolf. And society hasn't paid attention to making everything into a catastrophe, and therefore nothing is a catastrophe. And we don't believe it when it's really happening because we've been told this over and over again, that it's the end. And maybe as a listener, you can think of other things in the last 10, 15 years, which were going to bring about the end of the world. And we're still here. And now it's shark attacks, and the sharks are going to get us, and we can't go to the beach, et cetera, et cetera. And it's somewhat entertaining. Sharks aren't going to be the end of the world, but plastics in the ocean, plastics now that we're ingesting, humankind is doomed. And I just keep thinking of, over my 77 years, all the times that I was told it was the end, and we're still here.
Well, I know we have 2 years ago, you couldn't buy a face mask to save your life. Haha, no pun intended. Then you couldn't buy a good face mask because the regular face masks weren't good enough. Nowadays, nobody's wearing the face mask. Hand sanitizer was missing everywhere, and volunteers were making it in their bathtubs. And now nobody cares about it anymore.
Yeah, I think there's a fatigue, a disaster fatigue. When everything is a disaster in the end of the universe, then nothing is. It's putting it out of perspective. If we are going to deal with the climate changing, we have to say the climate is changing. How do we adapt to it? Can we slow down the climate changing? But we're human beings. We love to be entertained, and we're entertaining ourselves to death. So we like Sharknadoes. We like another glacier fell in and the ocean levels are rising. Therefore, New York will be uninhabitable. We'll have to evacuate Miami. We like to be entertained. We like these catastrophes. We like catastrophe movies. But what it really does is it defocuses us from what's going on, what might be a real problem, and how to solve that real problem.
Well, you solve my problems, Rabbi. I always wonder what to do, and then I go to you and I get the kind of advice that always helps me.
Thank you, Joe. And just keep in mind, if you don't want to be eaten by a shark, just put on a lot of sunscreen. They just don't like the taste of sunscreen.